Chairman, words matter. Words could be used to bring about solutions to complicated problems, or words could be used to throw gasoline on fire, to promote hate, violence, and havoc. So it's important that we distinguish rhetoric that's used for that purpose from facts. So let me give you some of the facts. Fact, in 1907, over 1.25 million people came through New York City through Ellis Island, exactly when the city had a smaller infrastructure and a much smaller safety net. Almost 1.3 million people immigrants came through Ellis Island in 1907, right through New York City, and yet we were able to handle that. So these are the facts. The last fact that I want to point out that is back in 1986 that a very prominent leader from your party passed amnesty. His name was Ronald Reagan. Not President Carter, not President Kennedy, not President Obama, Ronald Reagan. So those are the facts. So let's not engage in rhetoric that's volatile, that will lead to violence, that will pin us against each other. I want to ask a question to the two representatives from New York at the state and local level, because this is personal to me. I came to the United States back in 1964 with my family on a visitor's visa. Overstayed my visa, had to get my green card later on, but I was here with no papers. What would you have done with me as a 9-year-old? Would you have sent me to Rikers Island? Would you have sent me under a bridge? Where would you have placed me and my family back in the 1960s if that was the case today? I'm a member of Congress right now, obviously. So what would you have, my question, what would you have done with me and my family back in 1964 when I came in without any papers? And now I'm a member of Congress right here, walking the halls of Congress with all of these folks here, having the same vote that they have and having an impact on the future of this nation. You're a city councilwoman, you're an assemblywoman. I served 14 years in the New York State Assembly. What would you have done with me back in 1964?
I would have protected you just like I want to protect all the immigrants that came in as families prior to this influx of migrants who are now skipping the line while people like you were still waiting. People like your family who went through the proper process, got the green card now, and you applied for citizenship and you got citizenship. And it may have taken you years. However,
the way to protect them is to give them a safe environment where they can be safe with their families. Women that have walked thousands of miles to get to the border, believe me, they will never be late to work. They won't miss a day's work because they got the sniffle. You walk 2,000 miles with 3 of your kids, you are going to be a force for our economy. We should give you the opportunity to bring us back. Assemblywoman.
Thank you, Congressman.
The gentleman's time has expired. If
Thank
you
you,
could
Mr.
just
Chair.
briefly answer, Assemblywoman.
Thank you for sharing. I, too, am an immigrant. I must state this here. But going back to what you just stated, I am certainly would not put any family in an area that's isolated, no transit whatsoever, and have them in a flood zone for further implications down the road. Because your family will matter.
But where will you put them?
Where will I put them? This will be a conversation that we have to have with all
Where will you
parts
put
of
them
government.
right now, today?
Well, if
You don't have an answer. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.